Curse of Chucky. Released in 2013, this movie has an unrated cut most of us are probably familiar with, as opposed to the R-rated cut. There's also a few deleted scenes I'm willing to bet you haven't seen before. But before we get into those, let's take a look at the unrated and R-rated cuts and compare them. So the unrated cut runs about 2 minutes and 35 seconds longer than the R-rated cut. Much like Seed of Chucky, there are only a few differences, but this time we do gain some really awesome gore. This is an overlooked film, regardless of which version you watch, often grouped together with Seed of Chucky, although being completely different in tone and quality. I praise Don Mancini's writing and his directing. Anyway, the first change comes about 27 minutes in. We're treated to some blood spurting from this priest's corpse. It's nothing crazy, but sure, I'll take more blood if you ask me. And this was already a pretty cool scene. It reminds me of the car crash scene in Signs, which is honestly incredible, but this is like a slasher take on that kind of scene. The next change is around 50 minutes in. Jill's electrocution scene has about 5 extra seconds of footage. It's kind of a goofy kill for this movie, but it's bordering between actually horrifying and kind of funny. Then we have, at about an hour in, Chucky stabbing Barb in the eye, and this is where I'm thankful for the unrated cut. This version includes the knife going into the eye, which is pretty gruesome. And if you take issue with, sharp objects going into eyes, this might be hard to watch. But what I will say is, this unrated cut does give us a little more gore and makes it much more worthy of being called an unrated cut as opposed to, Seed of Chucky's unrated cut. Then we have at about an hour and 12 minutes in, we get an extra shot of Chucky looking at the injured Ian after he's hacked his jaw off. I mean, to be honest, I felt like we already saw plenty in the R-rated cut, but I'll take it. The last change you're going to notice in this unrated cut is a post-credit scene. We see Chucky get delivered to a man who, upon first viewing, fans may or may not have recognized, but they give you some context clues here to make it obvious. It's Andy. And before Chucky can even make a single move,
play with this.
Andy!
Now, if you ask me, that's just an incredible post-credit scene. It's super fascinating, and it is followed up with in the next film. But I did mention there are some deleted scenes, so let's take a look at those as well. The first one's nothing special, it's just Nika in bed getting dressed by herself, showing, how hard it is for her to just get out of bed in the morning, essentially. Another deleted scene with Nika has her going to the bathroom to kind of get away and escape from everyone else. She lights up a joint, opens the window, and smokes it. Then there's another deleted scene that's part of the scene where they're looking for Chucky.
Did you find him yet?
I can't find him.
Like the family is looking for the doll.
Well, did you check the kitchen?
They bicker a little bit before Barb follows Jill into the kitchen before that makeout scene that we see in the movie. There's also a little bit of a deleted scene in that Charles Lee Ray flashback when he's kind of explaining his lore and why he's killing everybody to Nika at the end.
Hey, neighbor.
Oh, hey.
Want to ride?
I'm good. Don't want to trouble you.
No trouble at all. Hop in.
We see Sarah's husband get offered a ride home by Charles. This explains how he was actually murdered by Charles. It gives it a little more context because in that other scene you can kind of infer that, but I think that would have been a nice little addition, to be honest. Just a little bit of it, maybe not even the full deleted scene. Jill's body comes back into play because the smoking from her corpse sets off the smoke alarms alerting the police. And the last deleted scene is Nika in the back of the cop car after she's been arrested for these crimes.
You wouldn't think just to look at you, you could even hurt a fly. I guess looks can be deceiving, can't they?
And she's having this discussion with this police officer.
In ancient Egypt, the criminally insane weren't executed or incarcerated. They were dismembered.
She's insisting that she didn't kill anyone, and he is pretty insistent on the fact that she did.
I only wish they could send you to a hell even worse than that chair.
I mean, this cop fucking hates her. It's actually annoying to watch this kind of scene. And maybe that's why it was taken out. What is interesting about these movies is the unrated cuts have sort of become the main cuts of these two last Curse and Cult movies. I illustrate this point with the physical media releases. So these are, how I'm looking at all these clips and comparisons. It includes both versions of the film, but only the unrated in 4K. Let me know what you think of the unrated versus the R-rated cut. Again, there's not a crazy amount of differences, and the deleted scenes I thought were honestly more interesting. I do, like I said, appreciate just the fact that there's more gore in it, though. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more ecto-violence, including exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.